Hi class, Dr. Jason Huff here. I thought I would take a few minutes and go over the syllabus with you. So being enrolled in the course, you will find underneath your Canvas shells that you have a professional and leadership communication Canvas shell. So we're going to go into there. And when you go into your Canvas shell, you will see this welcome image right here. And the syllabus is located right underneath here as a PDF link. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And I'll pull up the syllabus and cover that with you now. So welcome. I'm really glad that you're here. You have necessary information about the course right here at the top. My name is Dr. Jason Huff. This is Com 5 Professional and Leadership Communication. And this is an asynchronous course online, which means that there are no set times that you're going to be meeting with me. Everything is largely going to be on your schedule. You have here my cell phone number, and that is my preferred means of contact. Text me. You can text me any day from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And you also have my email here, jhuff@hartnell.edu, and you can email me 24 hours a day and you'll get an email response back within 24 hours. I will also be holding online office hours, so if you need to meet me via Zoom, we can do that, and those office hours are by appointment, so if you need to meet with me one-on-one, we can do it online, no problem. And this particular course is a zero textbook cost course, which means that your textbook is absolutely free. So I've put a link right here, and this will guide you to your textbook, which is Communicating at Work. So the description of the course here, this is an introduction to communication in organizational, career, and leadership context. Areas of study include communication theory and dyads, small group leadership styles, leaderless groups, and business presentations. We'll have different topics that we look at: sexual harassment, meeting organization, problem solving and negotiations, interviewing, cultural issues in the workplace, and others throughout the semester. Here we have the Hartnell College's commitment to equity, and this new equity statement is brand new, and what it does is it says we are going to make the following commitments to you as a student. So we commit to providing a student-centered design of the college experience to ensure that every student receives what they need in a tailored pathway to successfully achieve their varied educational, career, and personal goals. We will strive to promote an anti-racism and anti-sexism agenda. We will raise awareness of the historical context of inequity and promote evaluation as well as reform of policies and practices that produce structural inequity. We also pledge to work to correct other forms of systemic oppression against students based on race, ethnicity, gender identity and expression, sexuality, national origin, citizenship status, class, socioeconomic status, ability, language, religion, age, physical appearance, intersections of these identities, and others not yet identified. Basically, what this big statement means is that regardless of who you are as an individual, regardless of your background or experience or what you bring to the table, we are going to strive to present to all students a fair and equal classroom experience. So here we have what are called student learning outcomes, or SLOs for short. And basically what these are, they are a mini contract between me, the instructor, and you, the student, that by the time we get to the end of the semester, you should be able to say that you have achieved the following. So the first one's here. Students will research and evaluate current research to design a final project analyzing current communication issues in organizations. Students will research and analyze a local business using organization communication perspectives, resulting in a summary paper and presentation. And in a speaking situation, the student will develop a topic that meets the needs of the audience and the speaker, organize and develop the presentation, and perform the presentation to meet the needs of the environment and audience. So as much as you're going to be learning some major concepts, given the topic of the class, presentation is also a key part of the course. There are some additional student learning outcomes here as well. You will design an original Google Slides presentation to complement an in-class research presentation. You will also coordinate and demonstrate professional attire for presentational purposes. And so all this means is that any time that you do a presentation in class, you will need to dress business professional. And part of Module 1 is a PowerPoint that will cover my expectations with you. And then finally, you will work in a group to produce a final research project analyzing a local business, and you will present your findings in a virtual forum or online. And this is called the Academic Expo, and we'll look more at that as we get to assignments. At any time, if you need to pause the video or go back to review anything, you absolutely can. So assignments. You will have discussion boards, and the objective of these is to generate online class discussion and knowledge throughout the semester. The outcome is that you will engage with not only myself as a professor, but also classmates on different course topics. So to receive credit, you have to do two things. First, you have to post an original response to the discussion question, and you have to respond to a classmate's post. So in order to get full credit, at a minimum, you're going to have at least 2 posts total for each discussion board question. Your post should be between 3 to 5 sentences at a minimum, at least 50 words each, and Canvas does count those words for you. I want you to respond, engage, and I will too. I commit to responding to every student's first post. These discussion questions will be posted in Canvas with specific due dates, and there's going to be a total of 13 of these discussions, each worth up to 5 points apiece for 65 points total. You will also have a library research training and receive specific research training from a trained librarian. They've put together a wonderful recorded video, and this will help you have more effective research methodology to fulfill class assignments. This library research training and the corresponding assignment will be worth 15 points. You will have reading comprehension quizzes throughout the semester. And so what I'll have you do is I'll give you an assigned chapter, you will read it, and you're going to pay attention to key terms and study these key terms. And so what's great is that they are labeled for you at the end of each chapter. So this is an actual page from your book. So as you go through, there will be key terms, and you'll know what those key terms are because not only will they be highlighted, but they're gathered for you at the end of the chapter. There will be a total of 13 quizzes, and that will give you 10 points apiece, up to 130 points total. And the questions will be multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, spelling and grammar matters, and quizzes will be open the day before their due date. So for example, if the due date of a quiz is August 31st, it will open up at midnight on August 30th, basically giving you a full 48 hours to do your work. You will also do what are called organizational current events throughout the semester. And what will happen here is that you are going to give me a 5-minute written and recorded synopsis and overview of an article or news piece that specifically deals with class concepts that we have talked about. And this is something that will be available, 2 different organizational current event analyses in the class. And they are going to be worth 50 points apiece. So this will give you up to 100 points total. You will also be doing what's called a business culture project in the semester, and you will research a local business, and you're going to be presenting to me different aspects of that local business in a 10-minute written and recorded presentation. We'll cover more of this as we get through the semester. There'll be the opportunity for me to be able to ask questions about this presentation, and this will give you up to 75 points. Now, one thing that I've put here is that note that all presentations must be attempted. If you do not attempt all presentations, you will be dropped from the course. So you can't just blow off any assignment. You do need to at least make an effort. And then we will wrap up the semester with what's called the Academic Expo. This is your final project that takes the place of a final written, a written final. And so what will happen is in small groups, you will research and analyze a local business that is part of a larger regional and national chain. It will result in a 5 to 7 page paper with a 10 to 15 minute oral presentation. And this will be presented during the final exam time, the final exam week, in a virtual public setting. So I will tell you more about that as we go throughout the semester. The Academic Expo is worth 100 points total. All group members will receive the same grade. And I have what's called the Survivor Clause for my group project. And all that means is that just like the TV show Survivor, your group can kick you off the island or kick you out of the group if you don't do your part of the group project, if you don't meet deadlines. So the moral of the story is just do your work and you'll be fine. And we'll talk more about that later in the semester. So all of these different assignments will culminate into possible 500 points for the class. Discussion boards will give you up to 65 points, the syllabus quiz 15 points, reading quizzes will give you up to 130, the library research training 15 points, the organizational current events 100 points, and the business culture project 75, with your final research project worth 100. So here are the different point tallies depending on what grade you want to aim for. So if you're looking for an A, at a minimum, you'll have to have 450 of the 500 points. So class policies. Attendance, even though this class is fully online, This is a participation formatted class, so your attendance is critical. You must participate in the discussions, turning in assignments, and per the school policy, if you are absent or miss more than 2 weeks of assignments, I can drop you from the course. The only exceptions here would be verified legal or medical issues, but typically you do need to be participating. In terms of turning your work in on time, being punctual, or late work, I typically do not accept late work. Again, this is asynchronous. You will largely be able to work on this on your own time. You will have some specific deadlines, but other than that, you are not held to a specific time that you have to meet with me. So the only exceptions to late work, again, would be verified legal or medical issues. Otherwise, if work is late, it will receive a 0 for a grade. Technology warning. I get it. Cell phones are a part of our life. When I wake up in the morning, usually the first thing I reach for is my cell phone. But I tell you here that in order to help focus on learning when you're reading or studying for class, please turn off your phone. I promise it's going to help you be more productive. Also, this is a fully online course, and so that means that you need, at a minimum, a computer, laptop, smartphone, or tablet with an internet connection in order to do the class assignments. Policy on students with disabilities. If you have any documented disabilities and you need accommodations, please make sure that you've contacted the Department of Supported Programs and Services office. I put the phone number here for you. And you're also encouraged to make an initial appointment with me to let me know what accommodations that I can help with. Also, it may be that you do not have any documented disabilities, but maybe you feel that there's something that I could do to help make the course more accessible to you. If that's the case, please send me a message. Let me know of any changes that might need to be made for you, and I'll see what I can do. Academic integrity, basically, do your own work. No in-class cheating, which means, like, for example, if you're taking an online quiz, you can't be calling a friend in class and trying to take the quiz together. Out-of-class cheating, trying to get a hold of any quizzes or papers that might be due from previous semesters and using those in class. No plagiarism, right? Doing good quality writing and work, and no furnishing false information. Basically, just do honest work and you'll be fine. And then a note about the final project. You must submit the final project during the specified time. No excuses that last week of, oh, I'm started my vacation early and I won't be able to participate. It's not acceptable. You know what's coming. So please make sure that you participate in that final project and you turn it in by the due date. And speaking of dates, that's the last page of the syllabus here. This outlines all of the different assignments that we will be doing throughout the semester. Notice that when there is a due date, that on that day, everything pretty much is due by 11:59 p.m. The only exception will be your final project, which will be due a little earlier, but I'll talk about that later. And so right now you're working on Module 1, Introduction to the Course. You will need to take the syllabus quiz, and Reading Quiz 1 is also open. It's due by the 27th, and you'll need to focus on Chapter 1. So we do start diving in right away to the reading. Again, your textbook is free, so there's no reason for you not to get started. And that's basically the syllabus in a nutshell. You'll notice here that we alternate between different readings, discussions, modules, which will have some mini lectures as well. And in September, you'll have your first organizational current event. You will get to your second organizational current event in October. Then in November, you're going to have your business culture project due, and then the group project due in December. So again, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. If you have any questions or concerns, again, you have my cell phone number. Please feel free to text me. I'm looking forward to an awesome semester, and I hope that you have a really great experience. Thanks.